Welcome, State Secretary.
Nice to meet you.
Ambassador, can you get started?
State Secretary Westlén, CEOs from CemVision and Steel Authority of India Limited, colleagues from LeadIT Secretariat at Stockholm Environment Institute, friends. It's great to join another important session of Engaging India at Almedalen. And this session is made even more special as we have two new members, one each from India and Sweden, joining the LeadIT, the India-Swedish Joint Climate Action Global Initiative at this platform. Our special thanks to State Secretary Westlén for joining us today. And we are happy to partner the Swedish Ministry of Climate and Enterprise, NACI, at this session on scaling climate action. LeadIT is a good example of real international collaboration for a collective low-carbon future. Only a few months back, Prime Ministers Modi and Ulf Kristersson jointly launched the LeadIT 2.0 during COP28 at Dubai for the next 3 years. This was a recognition at the highest level of the useful work and contribution that LeadIT has made since its inception around 5 years ago at the United Nations Climate Summit. New members, both companies and countries, continue to join this initiative. Decarbonization of steel and cement production, which are essential ingredients of infrastructure today, but with very high carbon emissions, is a key focus of LeadIT. Therefore, it is especially exciting to have two more important engineering companies, one each from steel and cement sectors, join the LeadIT coalition today. Steel Authority of India Limited is an Indian public sector undertaking that traces its origin 70 years ago. And today, SAIL is one of the largest steel producers in India. And we are happy that we have the chairman, SAIL, here today. SAIL is also focused on reducing its GHG emissions significantly by 2030. CemVision, a 5 years young Swedish tech company, is focused on drastically reducing the carbon emissions in the cement making process by replacing limestone with the industrial byproducts, including from the steel making process. So again, a very exciting prospect. Our compliments to SAIL and CemVision for their decision to join LeadIT family and for their commitment to help global industrial decarbonization efforts. India-Sweden cooperation on environment and climate is unique and has a long history. And it goes back more than 5 decades to the 1972 Stockholm Conference, which was the first ever UN conference on human environment. On a more personal note, may I mention that my first professional experience as a chemical engineer was at a 1 million ton cement plant that was being operationalized in India more than 35 years ago in 1987. And that was the year, in fact, when the Montreal Protocol on countering ozone depletion was finalized, and which has since proved very, very successful. But this was before the first IPCC report on climate change was even published and the commencement of the UNFCCC negotiations. And 25 years later, I had the opportunity of serving as one of India's climate negotiators in these negotiations. These continue to be a work in progress. And therefore, in this context, working now with Swedish friends and partners and LeadIT is very special due to the focus on collaborative climate action through concrete engineering solutions and leveraging investment to help transition towards a global net zero. I may add that the scale and speed of the ongoing transformation in India is not only essential for India, but is also critical for the global success on climate action. And at the same time, this transformation in the world's fastest growing large economy provides huge business opportunities and avenues for global economic growth. Today, clean technologies and sustainability solutions are a key and growing aspect of India-Sweden business, technology, innovation, and talent linkages. Before concluding, may I say that Engaging India at Almedalen platform has grown in its scope and content over the last few years, and this is its 5th edition. And I have engaged with the 3 previous editions. Our compliments to the team at Content People, led by Ms. Rupali Mehra and Mr. Swaminathan for these efforts. And we wish you all the best. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Ambassador Lal, for the invitation to come to this event today, and especially this exciting session. On a beautiful day like this, it's easy to forget the dark clouds building up on the horizon. Climate change is an existential threat to humanity, and we must tackle this challenge urgently, prepare for actions that we need to take. The green transition is necessary, but it also holds great opportunity, and I guess that's partly what LeadIT is about, to see this opportunity and to take it. We met on numerous occasions over the years to discuss transition of the heavy industries. The Swedish government is proud to co-chair the leadership group for industry transition, or LeadIT, together with India. Since the launch in 2019, we have worked together to continuously develop the initiative. We are working to keep LeadIT relevant for our countries and members, governments and companies alike. This was manifested not least at COP28, when the Honourable Prime Ministers Narendra Modi and Ulf Kristersson launched LeadIT 2.0 and the new industry transition platform. Sweden and India have joined forces to share experiences and knowledge, to cooperate on innovation and technology development, and to develop the concrete projects of mutual benefits to speed up the green transition in the steel and cement sectors. LeadIT members demonstrate that a zero-emission future is possible. New technologies are developed and implemented, and they must also be industrialized and spread. The industry is in the driving seat of the green transition. The role of the government is to enable their work. The central competencies are fossil-free energy, efficient permitting processes, skilled people, and the infrastructure needed. If I drop my cards for a bit, do you remember when we still called it the hard-to-abate sectors? Or even we thought it was impossible to abate sectors? That's not the case anymore. Now we see progress happening, not the least among the LeadIT member companies. So I'm very glad to see that the progress is here that we 5 years ago talked of as hard to abate sectors, which we don't really need to talk about anymore. Back to the manuscript. 2 weeks ago, the government of Sweden decided on the next step to accelerate the green transition in Sweden. We have now two national coordinators for the industry transition here. They were appointed in something called an acceleration office. The task they were allotted is to suggest solutions to overcome obstacles, to handle conflicting goals, and to increase investments to increase the Swedish competitiveness. Basically, this is about getting people to talk to each other, and these two people will be our coordinators to make sure that they will lubricate the processes and make sure that people talk to each other to get this to happen in Sweden. Sweden is very honored and pleased with the close collaboration with India in the green transition. Action to achieve global industry transition needs both established heavy industry and technology innovators to learn from each other and to achieve sustainable growth and prosperity. The LeadIT Group is therefore delighted to welcome the two new members, both committed to achieving decarbonization and tackling different challenges, but representing new opportunities. CemVision, having developed groundbreaking technology to reduce emissions from cement production by 80 to 100%, and SAIL, one of the largest steel producers in India, and a company taking on an active role in the India-Sweden industry transition platform. I'm pleased to see the presence of Oscar. Are you here? There you are. Mr. Tiwari. Hello, nice to meet you. You're the director in charge at Bukhari Steel Plant. I should say Oscar is the CEO of CemVision. Manoy Kumar, are you here as well? Nice to meet you. You're the chief general manager of at Durgapur Steel Plant. I'm very glad you're here. A world with net zero emissions from heavy industry by 2050 needs all stakeholders to commit to a fair and just transition that includes all regions of the globe. The India-Sweden Leadership Group on Industrial Decarbonization is strengthened by the new members, and I warmly welcome you to the LeadIT family. I look forward to work with you on our journey to a zero-carbon future. I'm convinced that we will have reason to meet again to celebrate more milestones in the years to come. Most welcome. Thank you.